Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be demoing and reviewing some of Rare Beauty's products. So if you guys don't know, Selena Gomez released her own makeup brand or beauty brand, and I wanted to pick up some items that really stood out to me. The Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. My shade is 320W, and I picked up the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer in 310W. I currently have those on now. I did pick up 2 of her lip products, and the shades that I have are Fearless and what I have on now, Inspired. So if you guys want to see my overall impressions and thoughts on these products, let's go. Alright guys, so the foundation shade that I got is 320W. And it says to really shake it up, so I'm shaking. And as you guys know, it has the rounded cap. So just, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it gets really messy, and even like the inside there. So this is one of those products that is very runny, and it's a very thin formula. Like, it doesn't feel like anything. I would say that this reminds me of the Cover FX Custom Drops. As I'm applying it, that's the vibe I'm getting. So I'm going to take a foundation brush and I'm going to just blend this into my skin. Yesterday when I received my order, I did pull out the products to take a look because it was so hard to find a match. There are so many shades. She has 48 shades, and she has warm, neutral, pink undertones, but the descriptions are all very similar. So for example, I'm definitely a medium tan complexion. I'm definitely a medium tan complexion, and there wasn't anything for medium tan. It was all medium with warm undertones, medium with warm olive undertones. It was so hard to get a match. And I would say that this is even a little too dark for me, but I'm just gonna build the coverage on my cheeks because you guys know that that is my area of concern. Do a little bit here. So it was really hard to find a match, and the other shade descriptions were similar. You know, light with pink undertone, light without a lip undertone. Like, it was difficult. So even using the foundation match tool from Sephora, I kept getting different shades. So I like to basically take like my top 3 best matches, and I enter those in for all of my foundation matches. And honestly guys, I'm not someone that struggles finding the right match for me, but I struggled. So I'm just warning you that if you are someone that just naturally struggles in finding the best match, this is going to be a little challenging for you also. So just first impressions, it looks very glowy on the skin. It has a ton of movement. It hasn't set yet. And I didn't buy her blotting powder. I just got the foundation, the concealer, 2 lip products, and I'm gonna have to set this for sure. I don't know how this is going to wear on me. It looks beautiful. It really does look beautiful. It does have great coverage, and it makes your skin look really healthy, glowy, just very natural. It's not heavy by any means, but it does have a ton of movement, and I think it's because it's that serum-y texture. I do really like the way it looks, and I'm going to wear this the same way that I would any other foundation, just to be fair. And in the concealer, I got the shade 310W. So I'm going to shake this up, and this just looks like a smaller version of the foundation, with the exception that this isn't round, it's flat. And the other one, it has an actual round ball. The doe foot applicator is interesting. It has a little divot in the center to pick up the products. As you guys saw, it does scoop the product out in the center. So I'm just going to take that and apply it to both eyes because it's a ton of concealer. And I do like the actual applicator. At first I was like, that's going to be interesting. But I like it because even as I'm applying it across the eye, it hugs my under eye. I just keep looking at my skin. I'm like, it looks good. It's just definitely not set. Picked up quite a bit of foundation. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely set this. It's beautiful though. It does look really pretty. We are going to let this sit for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead, do my eyebrows, and we'll come back to look at what the makeup is looking like. Alright guys, so this is really set. My under eye is pretty set. I can see that it's like dry. So I'm just taking the same brush that I used to apply my foundation, and I'm using that to buff that concealer in. And it did blend out beautifully. It looks very pretty. I am going to take just a little bit more. This concealer does not claim to be full coverage, so I'm not surprised by how it looks, but I do want to see if I can build it up just a little bit, just right here. I really like this applicator. I think it does such a nice job at just spreading the product out. I'm going to take my M Cosmetics brush while we let that just set a little tiny bit. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if you let a product just get a little tacky so that it's somewhat drier, then you're going to build some coverage versus going in and blending it out right away. Allowing it to get just a little tacky does help. I'm gonna blend it out. And the same thing goes for the foundation. If you allow it to sit a little bit, it does give you more coverage. And it's just because the foundation gets, or the product gets a little bit thicker. So I would say that overall my skin looks very luminous. It looks very natural. It doesn't feel heavy at all. And I do like the glow that my skin has, but like most products that have a little bit more luminosity to them, I have to set it. It's not going to, yeah, it's still not set. I don't know if you guys can see, but there was a little bit of lift. I'm going to set this quickly and then come back and give you guys my final impression. But I do like the way my skin looks. Alright guys, so like I said, I did pick up 2 of her lip products, and they are the Lip Souffle Lipsticks. The 2 shades that I got are Fearless, which is just your standard mauve brown shade, and the other shade I got is Inspire, which it's a beautiful orange red, and you guys know I live for that kind of a moment. So we are going to start off by applying Fearless. This is what Fearless looks like. The texture is really interesting. It feels very waxy, like if you were to apply chapstick, and it's a really nice soft matte finish. It's not transfer proof, but it could be worse, and it still does leave a nice pigmented lip. I like this. I really do like this a lot. And now let's go in and apply Inspire. Alright guys, I took off Fearless, and as you guys can see, there's still like a little bit of color left. On the mirror, it doesn't look that bright. Looking at it on camera, I'm like, yes. Alright guys, and here is Inspire. I love, 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 love what she did with this line. I think that the lip products are very hydrating. It does feel like you have a balm on, but obviously you're getting just a beautiful powdery matte finish. People are comparing these to the new MAC powder lipsticks, and I haven't tried those, but I am enjoying this quite a bit. I love the way that my skin looks. I wish I could have kept the product on without having to set it with a powder, but I'm okay with it. Like, I think it still looks really beautiful. I feel like I have nothing on my face, and I feel like I got great coverage from a product that claimed to be more of a natural product that wouldn't give you a full coverage effect. But I do really love the way that this looks. Let's talk packaging. When I saw her products on Instagram, immediately my mind went to Fenty. I do think that they have a Fenty kind of feel, but obviously she's added some thoughtfulness to her branding. And I love the fact that she's really trying to include people that have mobility issues with their hands, like they have arthritis, or maybe have, you know, a condition that won't allow them to like maybe grasp or grab your standard packaging, right? So the thought behind these little additions is that you wouldn't use your whole hand. If you were to open this concealer without this top piece, you would be using more fingers versus maybe just two and turning, you know, the product to open it. The same concept went into the foundation. With the foundation, you have this little ball on top that you would use to turn. And I really appreciate that she's put that much thought and consideration into her brand. Her brand is driven by mental health awareness, and I love that. As you guys know, my background is in social services, and any brand that really focuses on like self-esteem, mental health awareness, anything relating to like social work, it will always be a brand that I want to support, because, you know, I always said I was fortunate to have two passions in life, which is social work and makeup. And here you are merging these two passions. I love it. I love the concept. So I do really love the mission. I do really love that she is doing something different. I also really like that her brand is very affordable. Her foundation is $29 for 1 fluid ounce. Her concealer is $19 and you're getting 0.25 ounces. She has 48 shades in her line. I think that's pretty amazing. My only issue would be the description. I think they really need to revamp their shade descriptions. I'm telling you guys, it was really hard to find, you know, a match. I think it could have been $2.90, and then from $2.90 you go straight into $3.20. So it's a little difficult to try and figure out what your exact match would be. And my understanding is that the neutral undertones tend to lean a little bit more on the peachy warm side. I don't know. I mean, I don't have it. I just bought the one shade, and I do like the shade that I picked out. I will tell you that it was a little bit dark, but because the formulation is so liquidy, it wasn't difficult to blend. When you have a very thick formula, the opacity and the pigmentation is definitely more intense versus something that is a little bit more runny and watery. You're going to get a sheerer pigmentation, which is probably why this foundation isn't a full coverage product. The lip soufflés are $20, and I also ended up buying 2 of her dewy lip balms. I haven't gotten those yet, so I didn't show those to you guys. But overall, I think she did a really beautiful job with the line. I think aesthetically it's beautiful. Again, you can say that it reminds you of Fenty. I went there, I really thought like, oh, it reminds me of Fenty, but obviously she's going for a very minimalistic look and something that's still very pleasing. And I mean, I thought it was beautiful. There's no way that her packaging, everything, she was very thoughtful in what she put together. She's a cruelty-free line. She's environmentally conscientious. Like, these are all really good things. I think she's done a beautiful job with her line. In her release, she also came out with a blotting paper compact with a powder puff, a sponge, which isn't getting great reviews because it's porous, a concealer brush, a foundation brush, a setting spray, which I was interested in getting, but I have so many that I had to pass. And that's only $24. Like, I feel like she did such a great job at making her brand accessible to a variety of people. Her primer, her eyebrow pencil, she has highlighters in the forms of liquid and then blushes. So again, she did a beautiful job. I have no complaints. We'll see how this wears, but as it stands right now, I'm very happy. I love the way that everything looks. I love the way that everything feels, and I'll keep you guys updated. I'll do a final check-in just to show you guys how it wears throughout the day, but it is now 7:30 a.m. and I started applying my makeup at 7, so we'll see how it goes. And if you guys want to see how this wears, then let's go. All right, guys, it is 7 o'clock and I've had this on for about 12 hours. And I'm going to tell you guys that I had to grab my mirror. It looks really good. I've had to touch up this area here because, what did I eat? I can't remember what I ate, but basically, like, I just wiped my mouth a lot, and I felt like here in this area, I was having difficulty keeping it on. The other thing I did notice was that it never really fully set even with the powder, but it looked so good, and it still looks really good. If I were going out or doing something else today, I would just touch up this little area here, maybe add some more blush. But overall, I have to say I really have enjoyed the foundation, the concealer. Obviously, I don't have the lipstick on anymore either, but that is such an interesting lip product. Like, it feels like a balm. It's very hydrating. It's comfortable. And even as it's wearing, you're still getting this stained finish. You're still getting this stained finish, and it just looks so good. So for the first impression, I'm going to tell you guys that I really did enjoy it. I thought it was I thought it did really well. And this isn't like your heavy duty full glam foundation. This is your everyday, I just want to look put together. I want something that's easy, that's going to give me coverage, but still feel like skin. That's what you're going to get with this. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review.